Hey everyone, I'm Mind, and today I'm going to be announcing the winners of my most recent contest. If you guys don't remember, this was a contest to give away Lloyd's Titan Mech from Season 11, Secrets of Forbidden Ninjutsu, and the contest for this one was just make a Ninjago mock. I wanted to see your best Ninjago mocks, and we got some really great entries. So before I reveal the winners, I just want to take a look through it just to show you guys all these awesome entries, because there's so many, and genuinely it's just so cool how many people entered, and how many people are really talented with their mocks. This was a lot harder than the photography contest to decide a winner, because there was a lot of different builds I enjoyed. I originally planned to pick a first, second, and third place, and then 2 honorable mentions, but I think we're going to have 5 honorable mentions this time, because there's just so many that I like, and even out of the honorable mentions, there's still a ton more that I love that I couldn't even fit into the honorable mentions. But yeah, thank you everybody for submitting your mocks. These are all really incredible, and it genuinely shocks me how talented some of you guys are, because I personally am not a mock builder myself. I've never been very good at it, so seeing this kind of stuff, it's really impressive how great you guys are at building mocks. But with all that being said, let's move on to the winners, I suppose. These winners were chosen by myself, as well as Matthew from the War Crew podcast. That way, there wouldn't be any biases when I was picking, because I know a couple people in the Ninjago community, but he doesn't really know too many of them, so that way he could help go in so that I didn't just pick people I knew, and together we decided on a couple of winners as well as a bunch of honorable mentions, because there's a lot of great entries, but I think we found the ones that are the best. So first we'll start with third place. Third place is going to go to this post right here from Just a Dude Who Likes Lego. He built this custom mech for Woo, which it looks really good, that's definitely true, but I think the coolest thing about it is Just a Dude Who Likes Lego, they restricted themselves to just building with pieces from the Woo's Dragon set from this year, and I think that shows how incredible this build really is, because they were limited by a certain number of parts. And that's a set that's I wouldn't think to make a mock out of that, because it's not very bulky, but this is just a really good looking Lego mech full stop, even regardless of the fact that it was built with Woo's Dragon. So the fact that you put that restriction on yourself as well is just very cool to me. And then another thing I love is just the way you incorporated the wings here, how it's sort of armored clothing and it turns into shoulder pads. Very creative techniques used here. I love how he has knees and everything too. Genuinely very impressive that you managed to make this out of just the Woo's Dragon set. And I love how you have the little sword on the side, the 2 big swords in his hands. This is an awesome build, and yeah, this is one of my favorites. I love how this was done. So congratulations to Just a Dude Who Likes Lego. They will be linked in the description below, and obviously they will be shouted out on my Instagram page as well. Second place is going to go to this build right here by Luma208 Lego. I do know Luma. He is a friend of mine in the community, but this build is just incredible. Matthew saw it, and without even knowing it was Luma, he's yeah, that should be in there, because this is an incredible build. He made a mock of Garmatron from Season 2 of Ninjago, and unlike the official set for Garmatron, this is actually in minifigure scale. This is actually how the size of the build in the show, and it's very cool, all the different features incorporated here. This very much feels like a 2013 Lego set to me, if a 2013 Lego set had an infinite budget, because I love all the little play features here and how it really feels. It feels very Lego-like to me, but it also feels very reminiscent of the show, and I think that's what I love about it. He also built a custom floating overlord. I think that's using the pufferfish from the Ninjago City. That's a super creative build, and I love how you did that. But yeah, Luma has this little area up here where Garmin and Lloyd are standing, and then the floor that drops out if you pull back on that. You can push back right here and it lifts up the cannon. The entire top section can be removed to get into the interior. There's little turrets on the side, and you see Kozu sitting on one, and that's a spring-loaded shooter right there. I think that's a barrel of dark matter right there. You could fit Kozu inside the vehicle as well, and it looks like it could shoot out one of those bigger bionicle bullets. Very cool build. As I said, this feels very much like an actual Lego set. That, I think that's the coolest thing about this is, number one, it looks good, right? It looks amazing, and it's a huge mock, but also it feels like a Lego set. It doesn't necessarily feel like a mock, because it still maintains play features and everything, and I think that's really awesome how Luma did that. So yeah, this is an incredible build, and I think he did a wonderful job with this. So he wins the second place prize. Obviously, he will be linked in the description below as well, and he'll be shouted out on my Instagram. Now, second and third place were very difficult for us to pick, because there's a lot of really good ones, but first place we pretty much knew as soon as it was posted, because there's one, really one builder who's shown above the rest who was just really talented. And that first place prize has to go to this build right here by Grammatical. And it's not even just this build, it's all of his entries, because he had multiple entries, and all of them are really fantastic. I first saw this right here. This is a CCBS Cull, and it's a simple little build, but it's very well done. I love the little face on it, and it looks really cool. It looks just like Cull, and the fact that you were able to do it in the Bionicle building system is really fascinating. But then I went to his page and I saw this, which was another entry for the contest, and this is just how do you beat this? This is an awesome looking fire temple build. I loved how it's raised up in the air with those rocks and the lava dripping down, and it's got that lava base around it. A really cool custom fire dragon, and yeah, just the build itself looks incrediable. He posted more pictures of it as well. He's got this brick built fire dragon. I love the head he did there, how it looks like the old rubber heads, but it's brick built instead. And then the body just sort of feels like a smaller version of the original fire dragon while keeping the same shape. shape, which is something LEGO themselves couldn't even do with the Legacy version. So this is really, really fantastic and genuinely just super impressive. And yeah, here's a couple of different angles of the Fire Temple itself. Genuinely just like an amazing build, and I think this by far wins. But yeah, the CCBS Cole is also a really cool build. So is this one right here. I believe this was another entry for the contest, was this giant mech right here. This is like Nia's samurai mech, but in like the Titan mech style, and I think this looks awesome. I love the colors used on it too, the green and everything. Super, super cool. Please go follow Grammatical on Instagram. He'll be the first link in the description. And yeah, he's super, super talented, right? He's got other builds that weren't even entries into the contest that look amazing. Like he made little battle packs for each of the villain tribes from Ninjago. Like this is just really cool. Like he's got a talent and he does not have enough followers. So yeah, please go check out Grammatical on Instagram, and he will also be receiving the Lloyd's Titan Mech prize. I have to get this shipped out to him. So congratulations to him, and he did a very great job with his entries. Like genuinely very talented. Like great job, man. Now real quick before I end the video, I want to go over a few honorable mentions. Honorable mention to Suntan right here. All 6 of these mocks are his, and I've gone over his mocks in my meme reviews before, but specifically this one, I think I really like how he creates like display bases for the different sets. This is super cool. I love how it's like at an angle and everything. I won't go too in depth here because I already talked about this mock in a meme review, but yeah, he's very much talented, and I think he definitely deserves an honorable mention. Another honorable mention goes to Brick Warrior 26 here. He made a little drone from Prime Empire. I specifically like this one just because it's so small but very well done. Like a lot of the other mocks that won were like very big builds, but this is an example of how you could do a small build and still do really well, right? Like this is definitely very well done. I don't have like any criticisms of this build. I think it's built perfectly, and like this isn't something we got in the set, so I love this build right here, and I think Brick Warrior 26 did an awesome job designing it. Another honorable mention goes to Antoniak62 with this little pyramid build from Secrets of Forbidden Spinjitzu. I really like this one because again, it feels very much like a Lego set to me. Obviously this is a bit smaller than if you were to make it in scale, but to make it in scale it would have to be huge. But I think this is a nice like middle ground right here, because if you look at the other pictures, you actually did incorporate play features inside like it was an actual set, right? You have the spikes, you have the tomb, you have the bridges. Obviously if you were to make it to scale, those would be a lot bigger, but I think you captured the shape while also making this feel like an actual set, and I really think you did a great job with this. I love the shape of it. It looks just like it does in the show, obviously, though, just scaled down, and I think this looks amazing. And I love all the shots you did, too, just, like, featuring different things, like the land bounty up front. You have Gale Gossip right there, the ninja outside, the ninja looking in, and then you showed that. Clutch on the bridge. Like, there's so many different things here. This feels like a very fun and complete build. I can imagine myself having a lot of fun playing with this as a kid, so I really, really like this one. Another honorable mention goes to one of the smart runs right here. This is the recreation of Yang's Air Temple from Season 5 of Ninjago. So this is the Air-Jitsu Temple, but before it was renovated, so it's all, like, run down and everything. And I think this is super cool, because it's not like you just took the Air-Jitsu Temple set and, like, changed a few colors out and put some plants on it. Like, this is an all-new build, but it still looks just like the Air-Jitsu Temple. I love the bridge out front and, like, the little steps and everything. This is captured super well. And then the interior is absolutely perfect. I think this is my favorite part, how it has, like, all the different rooms from the show and, like, the big, like, winding staircase and everything. This is super cool, and probably, like, yeah, this is one of my favorites. I love how this one was designed. And then you got, like, the floating swords and everything. Super, super well done. Like, this is pretty incredible. I love this. And then my final honorable mention is going to go to Talented Arts Pro for this giant golden mech. I love how this was done. It's taking just like the normal golden mech build, but pretty much doubling the size of it is what it looks like. And I think this looks a lot more elegant than the official golden mech. This sort of like brings it into the same scale as like the Titan mechs and everything. And I love like using the hat as a shield right there. I also love the little blades as the skirt around the waist. And yeah, look how it holds the sword like that. This just feels really, really cool looking. Like, I love how this was designed. Like, great job with this as well. But yeah, those are the winners of Bricks by Mind mock contest. Thank you again, everybody, for entering. It was very, very difficult to pick winners for this contest because there was genuinely just so many good entries. So even if your entry didn't get in the top 3 or was an honorable mention, like, I still loved so many of these. Like, it was genuinely impressive how many of you guys are talented mock builders. And maybe in the future I'll do another mock contest so some of you guys will get another chance, because genuinely it's just so cool to see all these mocks. Like, it made me jealous because I can't build mocks like this. Congratulations to Grammatical. As I said, please go check him out on Instagram. He's super talented. Like, again, he'll be the first link in the description below, and I'll be shipping his set out very soon so he can get his copy of Lloyd's Titan Mech. And stay tuned, because in the next couple of days I will be announcing my next giveaway for these 2 sets, the Guarded Fortress and Mario's House of Yoshi from the Super Mario theme. That one's probably going to be a little different. I think that one's going to be a custom minifigure contest, but I think I'm going to give you guys the official rules to that in a couple of days, so probably tomorrow or Monday. Stay tuned for that. But as for this video, I think I'm going to call it here. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed, please press like, subscribe if you're new, and go check out all the winners, link in the description below, and thank you everybody for entering. And I think that's all I got to say. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.